Hi, my name is Mun Larimer, running for President of the United States in 2020. This particular video is about police relations. Now, I have a few different points that I'd like to discuss concerning that. And I have another cheat sheet, which I really shouldn't, but I'm making 3 videos, so give me a little bit of a leeway here. First, and the most viable step that we could take in easing the relationship between American society and the police force, all policing forces, is education. I want to revamp our educational system to begin with, and that will be another video entirely. But one of the factors that's involved here is that at the high school level, high schoolers will be required to take 1 year of police interaction. Now, what that's going to entail is how to interact with police officers when you get pulled over. Everybody gets pulled over. I have police officer friends who have been pulled over. Not while on duty, of course, because that would just be hilarious. But they all say the same thing. We really need to know how to interact with the officer who's on duty. You got to put yourself in that person's position. And vast majority of Americans don't think or act like that. And if we teach children early on how to interact with police officers when they get pulled over, the likelihood of a shooting taking place will drop dramatically. But also learn how to be a better witness. We can learn basic interactions with police officers, so we know that they're not being rude necessarily. They just need to get to the point and move on because they have another call that they may have to get to, or some emergency come up and they have to go now. And also what to look out for. It's not so much teaching us how to interact with the police officers, but for us what to watch for as far as a police officer who's acting suspicious or nervous, or what should raise red flags for us who may not even know the law. So these are some things that we could just weed out systematically through education. One of the largest complaints that I hear about from police officers is the division that is stark between patrol officers and detectives. I want to ask every state to willingly divide their police force into 2 distinct departments. One is for patrol officers only, and the other one is for the detectives who work with prosecutors. That's the justice system. They both have sergeants, captains, and chief of police. Yeah, 2 different chief of polices. That way, the chief can't tell patrol officers not to do something, or to do something that they know or feel is wrong. Hi, my name is Mun Larimer, running for President of the United States in 2020. This particular video is about police relations. Now, I have a few different points that I'd like to discuss concerning that. And I have another cheat sheet, which I really shouldn't, but I'm making 3 videos, so give me a little bit of a leeway here. First, and the most viable step that we could take in easing the relationship between American society and the likelihood of that was very low, because the detectives and the prosecution feel that it's not worth the American people's time and money, which is upsetting because it really disrupted and messed up my life. It actually set me back financially about a year and a half. But he was telling me a story of how it happened to another woman, and she got the make, model, and license plate. They looked it up, saw the address where the license plate for that vehicle was registered, went to that home. The car was there. The damage from where the lady said she got hit from was there. It was the vehicle. The patrol officer knew it. The patrol officer knocked on the door, got somebody to come to the door. He told the individual at the door, come get your stuff out of the car because we're going to impound it. Called the impound. Impound was there. They showed up. They're hooking up the car. Lifted the car up. Detective's call. Told the patrol officer, don't worry about it. Let the people go. Release the car. Did not explain himself to the patrol officer. The patrol officer had no choice but to lower the vehicle, release it, let the people go. Nobody went to jail. The police officer had no reason as to why and could not offer an explanation to the woman whose car got totaled. And yet we as a populace, we blame patrol officers for things like that. Why? Because that's who we see. Patrol officers understand that. Most of them understand that. They don't like it any more than we do. Actually, they hate it more because they have to deal with the stress of dealing with the populace who hate them. So with what I want to do is split the police force in half. Then we as a populace, we can start to see where the problem really lies. Is it with the patrol officers? Now certainly there's some bad seeds out there who do things wrong, and it gets over popularized. You know, you get news coverage for 3 weeks. Not to say it shouldn't be covered. I'm not saying that. Not at all. But as extensively as it is, some of the time, no. But back to the point, you know, we can see that patrol officers are not necessarily the issue. They're not necessarily the problem. It's the detectives that are working with the prosecution. It's the justice system who kicks out these criminals and throws out the case because of whatever reason they want to come up with. Maybe they just don't feel like dealing with it. Wouldn't that be interesting to learn? We need to understand that our judges are also elected officials. And in that, we are responsible. So let's start electing better judges. Let's start running for judgeships. Let's be a better society by paying attention to what the real problem is and not just blaming people that we see. Now I know some of you might be thinking, oh, he just talks to a bunch of white police officers. Nope. That is not the case. Yeah, some of them are white, but all the police officers say the same thing. Say the exact same thing. So, anyway, that's all I have currently. I'd be happy to do more. If I didn't say it, because I feel like I didn't now that I think about it, after asking the states to willingly divide the police forces, if they choose not to, I might make it a federal mandate. Make it federal law that the police force has to be divided into two. So, anyway, with that, if you have other ideas, like I said, I want to be a representative for all American people. So any good idea, I'll be happy to listen to and give you credit for. and have you help put it into effect, if I'm being honest. Because it's ignorant for people to not follow through with good ideas because they're not the ones who thought of it. If it's going to better all of society, let's do it. Alright, so please remember, my name is Mun Larimer. I'm running for president in 2020, and that's the end of this video. Thank you.